Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the shit show that is apparently called Crypto and World Economics. I'm glad that everyone is showing up again, and yeah, what can I say? How is everyone doing today, guys? How are we feeling? How are we going? Everyone good? Everyone surviving? Sup. As you guys can hear, I'm still slightly on the sick side of things, but well, cannot make it less fun, eh? Hey Chento, when will you provide updates on the breakout trading platform? I'm already doing that, right? But I will start trading there on Sunday market open. So, how's everyone doing? I know it might be a bit of a stupid question, but type 1 in the chat if you're bullish. Type 2 if you're bearish. Hello, buddy. Good afternoon from Amsterdam. Hello. How are ya? Not good. I'm down bad. 112. Finally alive, bro. Sick of these phony traders on X. Shit is so hilarious. Same people screaming short 2 days ago are celebrating the pump today. Yeah, you know, the thing is, people stopped sticking to their bias. And as I said, and don't get me wrong, if we actually accept above the 72.2 level, and I just want to have a bit more data from New York, I'm going to be out of the trade as well. I'm not going to lie. I'm not risking it any further. That will bring my port almost back to 2 million. So yeah, oil is ridiculed. Oil is moving like an absolute shitcoin. Look at this. I think oil covered like 12% today. And as of now, I can still not tell you what the markets are actually going to do. Because it makes 0 sense, guys. I cannot make it prettier. I cannot make it different. I cannot tell you anything else. The liquidity down is stacked. Absolutely stacked. The orders are there. The money is there. The ratio long and short is exceeding what we've seen on 10-10. Again, it's exceeding 10-10. So, what I'm currently thinking, what I'm currently seeing was, I just don't know, guys. Look at these candles, right? So, we finally get a bit of sell pressure here. Look at how they immediately recover this. Something is not right with this market. Something is completely different than everything we've seen for the last months in the current market, guys. Look at this candle as well. Like, I don't mind it. I want it to come down. But these are not regular 5-second candles. You know what I mean? And honestly, the whole Trump thing and the whole shenanigans about the Iran war as of now make it even worse. Let's be honest, guys. That is the worst thing I've seen currently. Because this morning it went from we're almost there to remobilizing ships to oil went down 12%. Now it's back up 5 or 6. Everything is behaving like an absolute meme coin. Look at the CVD. What's happening here on the 5-second? This is currently trading is an absolute casino and an absolute gamble. So here we dump $200 almost, right? And look at how easily we recover them. You cannot tell me that there's enough sell pressure to dump us $200. Yet the second it does it, it completely fades out, and the whole sell pressure that created that dump only lasted for 10 seconds. You cannot make this up, right? So, as of now, if we get a good close above 82.2, I'm closing my position. Because it then validates the pattern and the probability of going down for me. And I have to be rational, not emotional. I don't trade with my ego. I trade with what I see and what I have been given from the charts. Is it irrational? Yes. Does it make sense? Absolutely not. That doesn't take away the fact that, yes, it's going against me. Yes, it's losing me money. Yes, it was managed, no matter what people say. And that's just the truth where we are right now. As you can see, the hourly money flow is definitely pressuring down. 4 hours is still up, but something is brewing, guys. Something is off. I'm telling you guys right here and right now, and that's also partially why I went live earlier. I see some stuff happening in the charts, and you guys know me well and long enough now. If my spider senses are tingling, so why you wait that long? What do you mean? If war's closing, we should short. We need to play inverse nowadays. Might be. Might very well be. Shit show is a shit show, nevertheless. Oh, buddy, this is an absolute shit show. There's no other words for this than... It's a comedy show, man. It's nothing more, nothing less. It's absolute comedy. So if we're going to trade today or open a new position, it's going to be on KuCoin. KuCoin is the KYC partner. If we're going to trade something else in smaller size, it's probably going to be 𝗪𝗹, because I'm still trying out DEXs. And as of now, 𝗪𝗹 seems to be the only one that is working. And something very cool that I discussed already yesterday, and the links are below, is MetaMask. Non-custodial wallets, but also they now unleash prediction markets, and they only have a mobile app. So give me a second. So you can actually do polymarket things, like will Bitcoin be 150K by the end of the year? US Iran permanent peace deal by December 31st, June 30th, May 31st. So it's actually, not gonna lie, that I like that stuff. It's pretty fucking cool. So if anyone wants to trade on a DEX, I can highly recommend 𝗪𝗹. If anyone wants to have fun with prediction markets, anything else that needs a non-custodial wallet, also for example, to get money, to keep money and send some to the DEX, MetaMask and 𝗪𝗹 are a very, very good combination together. On my left, or on my right screen, on my left screen, on your right screen, you can still see FlowX. There are very, very, very epic updates coming, guys. We're going to add new tokens. We're going to add token screeners. We're working on the basic charting tools and also on a liquidity heat map. And I think those are absolutely epic additions. Well, I have checked Zcash. We're calling shitcoin a few days ago and see now. Bro, I haven't done anything else than call Zcash a shitcoin. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm not going to call it anything else than an absolute shitcoin. So yeah. If this thing actually comes down, I'm going to laugh so hard. I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not convinced at all. But it would be so insanely epic. So again, I'm holding to my bias unless we get a 4-hour close above the 82.2K region. That will be where I'm finally saying, I'm out, chalas, I've seen enough, had enough. Let's see, man. It's going to be an interesting opening. It is nice that we finally see a bit of relief, right? This is, and I definitely don't want to jinx it, but it is due. This is the first time that we're actually retracing up to 1%. How's the broke to rich update? Broke to rich, we quit at the right time. So had nothing running, nothing open, nothing going on anymore since that the madness started, so to say. Oh man, they're defending 82 already. Look at how hard they defend this. Instantly. And I don't even know. The thing is, I've only seen similar behavior in 2 instances before. The beginning of the bull market and the inauguration of Trump. Those were the only occasions where the market was this insanely irrational and just kept on going without getting fueled. The thing is this, even on the way down, right? Let's check back. So when we were dumping, even then we had retraces, you see? So we went from 74 back to 80. We went from 72 back to 77. We had this range from 59 back to 71, back, and this is the formation of the range. Now the breakout of the range, I might be blind, but I haven't seen any retrace yet. There's way more irrationality than there was on the way down. And don't mistake, guys, this is a 27% move. Islam hip hop, I don't know if everyone is still that bearish. I see so many people turning absolute hopium and turning absolute bull-tarts. And next to that, the liquidation, the liquidations are completely opposite. There's 12 times more shorts. I'm seeing a 100K target. Yeah, there's 12 times more longs and more long liquidations than there is short as of now. Hello, World. Hello, Chento. Hello, Philip. How are you? These candles are whack. Not that I mind. Don't get me wrong. I would love nothing more than a retest of at least the 79K region. Or minimum the 80.5. Like 80.5 would be the sheer minimum that I would like to see retested. If it's a sustainable move or not, doesn't matter. But they cannot leave the amount of liquidity that they're currently leaving. Or they can. They've proven to be. Don't get me wrong. Right? But this is mad. 400 million, 100 million. These are crazy ratios. I think we can all see that and all agree on that, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to wait for New York. That's going to open in 25 minutes. Then we're going to see some more absolute madness. And I guess we're taking it from there, guys. So what are you guys trading? Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Let's have a bit of a conversation, shall we? Oh, instant buyback. Two instant buybacks. They're fighting for 82, guys. They're absolutely fighting. You see how the exchanges are not even moving right now? Look at the price here on the exchanges. Look at the aggregated. FlowX is definitely a couple seconds ahead of TradingView charts. So that's also a very interesting thing. Flow acts as a tendency to move before the exchanges are moving right now. Why? Because the API is faster than the visualization. This does help, to be honest. Let's see how much pressure they actually want to put in now. Okay. 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 Definitely not against this. Definitely not against this. Keep adding pressure. Look at how fast liquidations are ramping up. If they want to, they can easily collect hundreds of millions right now. Oh, there's the buyback again. Look at how fast they're buying this back. And that's what is so scary about this current market. It's fascinating to see. Okay, so I'm going to explain you guys why this is fascinating to see. It's not just, one is the speed of the buying back, right? So how fast that these V-shaped recoveries happen, even though we're in a bear market. So it means that people are actively fighting and actively defending to get price higher. What also insanely amazes me is that all of these candles trigger liquidations. So this whole trajectory of just this small part already triggered 17 million in shorts. Or in longs, my apologies. So 17 million in longs have been liquidated on this small juncture here. And what I in return to that don't understand as of now is why they're not pressuring through. They're immediately buying back the 82K. Almost immediate. And where they went isn't... It's wicking into range high. It's not even attempting a low. It's not even going back to the mean, right? Like if it went back to 81 or 81.2, fine. But 81.8 and the pressure's already gone. Look at how much buying pressure is stepping in. Not just in sheer volume, because there's not much sheer volume coming in. As you can see that the money flow in the hourly is still definitely hard negative. Yet they're overturning them. Yeah, Skinwalker, I agree. And it has to do with absorption and just sheer market direction. Listen, the algorithms and the market makers just press buy. It's that simple. They just switch the button. Instead of sell, they press buy. That's what we got to deal with. Look, they already bought it back to way above 82K. Yeah, probably was a sweep prior to New York. I would not be surprised if New York just bluntly goes up again. Honestly. Now oil is rising as well. So, I think NASDAQ is going to open green. Japan open green. But what's more important is Bitcoin is up. Euro is up. Nasdaq is up. Dow Jones is up. VIX is down. Apple, Tesla, and the rest appears to be going down. Oil is recovering. Gold is also up. So traditionals is now moving in parallel. It doesn't actually fucking matter, because if oil goes up, Bitcoin will go up as well. It's just they currently press the button is up, and that's, we got to deal with it, right? And don't you know any high-end players? Listen, I've spoken to CEOs of crypto exchanges. Even they have no clue. Normally everyone has an understanding of what XYZ is happening. The only thing that can explain this is that the BlackRock managed IBIT is buying, steady influx into the ETFs, and 𝗙𝗲𝗟𝗏. Those are the only explanations for this pump. But let's be honest, Nasdaq, S&P, everything is insanely strong. But look at the liquidity that is building above. Give it a second to load. Or building below, my apologies. Look at how they're building this, right? Look also here on the 5-minute time frame. It's stacked to the bottom. At the 80.5K, it's GG's. There's so much liquidity. They can liquidate 400 million below. One second, guys. Let me check something. So I have been fuddling around quite a lot. One second. So I'm actually fiddling a lot with the MetaMask thing. Like, guys, as I said, the link is in the description, but it's very fun, man. Especially with the prediction markets. I can definitely recommend it. Make sure to click the link in the description. Check it out yourself. Prediction markets. Yeah. How's funding rate still negative, though? Funding can remain irrational as well, right? But funding is a market mechanism. Why would it be positive? Because enough people are still opening shorts that fuse the move higher. So it's still a pressuring cascade, right? Also, guys, I know it's a big ask, but hit the like button, please. It's absolutely free. 350 beautiful people in here already. Why are they buying back BTC? Bro, you tell me and I tell you. All I can say right now is I can analyze it with you guys. We can check it together. We can cry together. And we get humbled together. This is... what can I say, guys? I yesterday had a guy in Inner Circle saying, Bitcoin is as irrational as my ex-wife. And I was like, yeah. Florix is awesome, bro. Thank you very much, man. We're putting a lot of our resources, mostly a lot of my resources, money, time, effort in building and growing Florix. So if you guys want to tweet about it, shout it out, talk about it, whatever, please feel free to do. We are still trying to become the biggest free Discord. And with this, also the biggest free indicator platform. Scam City FC. Abscess. Yes. It's my ex-wife and mother-in-law together. Phil, what can I say, my friend? What do you think about Sailor wanna sell BTC? Bro, it's all just... Sailor is the most dangerous thing for crypto in the world right now. Like, Saylor itself is more dangerous than Satoshi proven to be Jeffrey Epstein. Would a negative funding rate imply more liquidity to the upside since people keep shorting? I'm not too familiar with it. Not gonna lie, so apologies. Let's do it like this. So funding rate in crypto is determined by the premium index, difference between futures and spot price. Interest rate is component every 8 hours. So it's the differentiation between them. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they either have funding is a beast of its own. I just know that I pay way too much of it. What is FlowX? FlowX is this terminal that you're looking at right now, where you can see volume, influx, outflux, actual money flow of the orders being put in, and liquidation data. We're now building it out with other indicators, more tools, etc. So that is FlowX. I'll send the link again here. Discord is getting an overhaul as well. We're fixing some channels, we're fixing some layouts. We're working hard, guys, to become the greatest free trading. I sound like Trump now. The greatest free trading Discord that have ever been. Trust me, it's gonna be amazing. So we have 12 minutes left to New York. Actually, for the first time in long, I don't want to call it nervous, but there is a bit of tension in my body, man. It's crazy. I'm scared, bro. That makes two of us, bro. Yeah. It is scary, guys. What can I say? And try just much higher levels attack if no deal. I'm reviewing. Too soon to think about in-person talks. Now the aircraft carriers are going there as well. $33.5 billion deficit. $33.5 billion. Bro, this is starting to look like my short position. No, I have not seen a negative price action session in the last week. Yeah, this is also already fake news. Now there's not that many buybacks. Let's see if they're actually going to pressure lower. Because the volume seems lower in terms of influx, but also some pressure down. And less liquidations. Oh, that doesn't matter for them. My apologies. My apologies for thinking that we actually stood a chance of pressuring. And don't get it twisted, guys. This is a $70 candle. So we were checking the news, right? Lebanon ceasefire exists only on paper. Interesting quote in the nowadays media. Trump says war could end if Iran accepts proposal. Isn't this one of the dumbest quotes I've read in a long time? If they say yes, we will stop. Duh. This is so important, man. And everyone. Crazy. External observers that scouts for Deloitte or PricewaterhouseCoopers to make a couple billions on, right? How long since we've dumped hard? 29 days or something. No, the last decent dump was probably the previous news, right? So that was this. That was Monday at 10. Look at how they're fighting over 82. Crazy. Yeah, 8 minutes left, guys. So fundamentally, everything is way overbought and way overdue for correction. From stocks to gold to silver to Bitcoin to everything. Rationally, it's also overdue. Practically, that's a slightly different. What am I listening to? Battle cry. Okay. Practically, it has a completely different mindset as of now. What's cooking? See, Bitcoin's cooking us, honestly. So what's happening is, currently the ceasefire and all the news works like, you guys ever played the game Uno with the +2, +4, etc., right? So normally a market would respond to bad news and go down. Now it's like playing Uno. It's +2, +2, +4, and then you end up with +8%. Why? I don't know. And I know there's a lot of people hate commenting shit, giving me shit, etc. on X because they have a different opinion. But as of now, except sale or buying, I cannot give you a structural explanation of why this should happen. Except that we're retesting some EMAs on the daily. On the weekly, there's also the EMA coming up at 85. But we're holding this one strong. So, logically, there's no bias for this. That doesn't mean it can stay irrational for longer than we can stay liquid, because that's exactly what it's doing. What buttons am I pressing? Why do I press buttons? Bro, did I forget to have normal music on or what? So yeah, that's the current situation, guys. There are many people saying that BTC will kiss 84, 85. What's your opinion about it? Well, RSI high already and continues green. Liquidation sweep. Normally, I always have an opinion. Right now, my honest opinion is I don't know. The 84, 85 level, for me, feels too obvious. And this market is, or has become so advanced that I don't think it's doing the obvious shit anymore. So then I would earlier see us at 88 or even 91. Because 91 would be one of the most absolute FUs that we could get. Mikau, that's not true. Sailor buys ODC, but because the spot liquidity dries up, and because he has a buy-in structure that he needs to get filled in a certain period, there is the tendency that the market will mark it up. Because he can be filled above ask. So he's paying a net premium instead of a discount. Would you still scale shorts if this gets momentum? I'm still in my short, man. I can proudly, with great loss, say that I'm still in my short. So yeah, I don't need to scale anymore, man. I'm pretty scaled. Okay. Pressure. Why does everyone have such an ungodly dumb opinion on X? Give me a second. They're already buying it back. Oh man, this New York opening is going to be so much fun. Have you ever scared in a position with momentum increasing, or you simply TP all the way down? I don't like to add to winners because it will screw with my entry. Every time I added to a winner, I ended up in a bigger loss than I would have expected. The thing is, if you add to winners, and a lot of people say you have to add to winners and you have to cut losers fast, I don't necessarily agree. Because a DCA strategy in the end is about average entry, right? So if you add to a loser with a pre-set up risk, with pre-set up boundaries and everything, you at least know what your average entry is going to be and what your risk is going to be. If you add to winners, not just margin wise, but also total wise, exchanges will unlock the available margin. That is the unrealized profits, right? So if the unrealized profits accidentally get DCA'd in, or overexposed or over risked, yeah, that's tricky. You can right now not yet change, I think, the liquidation. You can change bubbles into lines, but we don't have the sizing done yet for the filtering. It will come. Then I think you just have to zoom in a bit more or turn liquidations off and look at the liquidations on the left instead of on the bubbles for now. BTC feels like it's trying to unclog a toilet. Yeah. Is everyone waiting? BTC rejected min at 83.2. It didn't, I think. It was 82.8. Okay, New York is open, guys. Let's cue the thunder. What does it say? Okay, I want to see the watch list. What's happening? What's happening in the stock markets? I want all stocks to come down. Okay, it looks like DXY is pressuring. Oil is going up. That's good. What's Nasdaq gonna do? Let's see, Nazi. Oh, Bitcoin is already eating the wick again. Canada's almost back to green. Because why shouldn't it? Look at this. Jesus. And if you can also see the pressure down, it's like red, red, bit of green, bit more red, bottoming. And if it goes up, it's like green. So much more violent. Oil is making a nice V shape. So as of now, Bitcoin pumps with oil. You know, just picked its poison, and it shows that, yeah, you know, sometimes it just wants to hang with some other stuff, you know. And the stuff it wants to hang with now is oil. So Bitcoin currently just looks at what asset is moving up and then just finds a fake correlation with it. Hi, Chento, did you close short? No, and please stop typing in caps. I just tweeted it that I won the 4-hour close above the line. People are dumb as fuck. Hey there, how's your short? It's been better. Still adding, nope. What software applications on your right side of the screen with the wall of orders? It's FlowX. It's our own software. It's completely free. I'll send the link again in chat and you guys can check it out. Trade other coins besides Bitcoin? Nope. I have my hands more than full on Daddy Bitcoin by itself, to be honest. Oh yeah, oil is puking again. This keeps up, it's gonna be a very, very superficial retrace that we've had, and they'll probably envision this as more than enough fuel to absolutely annihilate Lee Rocket up. That's my current feeling. So I want to share my chart technical analysis. I want your opinion on my chart because you're an expert. Your few words will be helpful for me. I've joined your Discord channel, 𝗪𝗋𝗋. I don't know who you are. I don't know how I can find you. I don't know how to help you. So if you manage to get it over to me, then I can have a look. Otherwise, I generally don't know how to help you, my friend. My apologies. I think I have a funny idea. I think we should start doing IQ tests to open Twitter accounts. How epic would that be? Listen, you failed the IQ test. You're not getting an X account. Did any of your followers ever recognize you out? I've had 1 or 2 people recognizing me. But also I'm pretty scared. Like I have quite a lot of people that are asking me like, yo, you want to meet up or you want to have a drink, or I'm close to you in the Netherlands by your accent. And And I'm very, very hesitative to it, to be honest. Because I just... Not that I don't trust you guys, and I love every single one of you. But I don't trust you guys, you know? People pay for passing the IQ test. Bro, half of them is... I just know that there's some people hating with their $14 portfolio. And they'll be like, this guy's just gambling millions. Love me, of course, buddy. Love you all. As long as you press the like button. Have I said that you guys would help me out if you press the like button, by the way? The RR of meeting people is not worth it. Yeah, that's also very, very, very super valid. What a scandal on NASDAQ as well, huh? Is this gonna be the triple bottom of dreams for Bitcoin? What did they build here? The Chinese wall. Thing is, it's hard to get your hopes up, right? Especially with PA like this. It might just snap its fingers and fly back to Valhalla. Yeah, I'm watching Vikings, so... This music is too chill, guys. What do you guys think? I need something more... Suspense? No. Art and craft. How is arts and crafts a fucking genre? Ready for the dump? Bro. I cannot tell you how ready I am. Favorite show ever. There's a second part called Vikings Valhalla, which is set 100 years after events you're watching now. Ragnar and his sons, epic. Yeah, I'm watching it. I like the show, man. I like Vikings. It grew on me. Like, I needed a couple episodes to find my flow and find my vibe with it. But now it's definitely growing on me. Do we have any updates? I want to see more pressure. Come on. Oh, 𝗧𝗿𝗱𝗲 is also still working. Guys, I'm seeing the same structure again. I'm going to be completely honest. I really want to favor dumps. But the structure is doing the exact same thing. Not releasing liquidity. Not going down more. Holding. And this is basically all we have done for the last 2 weeks. Right? And the law of Bitcoin is very simple. If it refuses to go down, it will go up. There's so much influx coming that even our API has a lag now. Let me refresh it. You see how they're pressuring again the candles? And all of a sudden that the mid-range is having positive influx again. I'm just very, very afraid that it's gonna fly again. I'm not gonna lie. Just my gut feeling, huh? I might be wrong. But until now, with the statistics I see, I would definitely think it's going up again. Why? Because the money flow is turning bullish on the retail and on mid again. And there's a lot of wicks to the downside, and the bigger candles are up again. The They're trying though. How does one get FlowX? You just go to the website, man. We made it absolutely free for everyone. For now, all the tools that we're making, because believe it or not, and some people have a hard time believing it, I make my money trading. Also, join the free Discord. The link is pinned in this description. If anyone is trading with more than 50k or 5 million volume a month, send us a DM. You can join our free inner circle group with more benefits, earlier access to indicators, more tools, and different one-on-one approach. And last but not least, Qcoin is our centralized KYC exchange partner, and MetaMask is also became a partner of ours with absolutely epic things of non-custodial wallet, prediction markets, and you can also now trade on MetaMask. Links are below. And with that, I'm going... No, just kidding. I'm not going. I probably wouldn't pass the Twitter IQ test. Can you please explain how to read pressure in FlowX? So the thing is... It's a valid question. Don't worry. You have a couple of mechanics that you can see on my screen as of now, right? So you have the volume. That's the first good indication of what pressure is actually doing. If you see more red than green, it's probably pressure down. If you see more green than red, it's probably pressure up. Or in my case, gray and dark green. Secondly is the income of the orders on the right. I have set mine as a minimum of 50k. Why? Because those are the orders that actually start to matter. You can do it here in the settings. Thirdly, the money flow. You can see the whales. Those are the $1 million plus positions that are still extremely bearish with 59 million negative. So sell volume for the last hour. Then you have the midterms or the mid-size between 100k and 1 million. They are bullish. And as of now, retail is neutral still with a pressuring volume because it has a plus of 6 million. And last but not least, on my left side, I have configured it right now with the liquidations. Well, liquidations are an indicator which side we're taking out, right? So this combines the visual aspect of how the candles are forming, the volume underneath, the inflow and outflow of orders on my right, plus the money flow. That is how I use FlowX. And as of now, especially the money flow is an absolute cheat code. Trust me, guys, you want to use this. It's the best free tool that is out there in the market and you can currently get your hands on. Why? Because no one else is showing you this stuff. Peculiar. Oil going up with Nasdaq and with the dollar. Okay. S&P is up. Nasdaq is up. Dow Jones is up. Oil is recovering. Stocks are down. Gold is up. It is an eventful day. Very eventful. Let's see if the pressure now actually caves for Bitcoin. And we're going to see. I want to see at least 81k retest. Why? Not because I wanted to, but because that's where so much liquidity already resides. Is it risky to memorize your seed phrase if you talk in your sleep? Depends on where you sleep and who you talk to. That would be my say. Further than that, that's a statement that I cannot further assist you with, I guess. Finally, some pretty decent sell volume. So someone just commented, 𝗪𝗶𝗲𝗲, I was right. The biggest fucking lob and scam in the whole crypto space. Fuck you and your stupid indicator. saying 4-hour close above, and when it does close, he says it's a tap. Lesson for everyone, he never opens or closes any trade when he says so be careful. Am I the crazy one? Or does that not make sense? Because normally if something closes, you want to have confirmation, right? Or am I the only one that just as soon as I say I want to see a close above, that doesn't randomly just immediately closes as soon as it's there? Like what I mean with a close above in the 4-hour, and I'm going to explain it to you right now. If I say I want to see a close above the 4-hour, it's not the initial tap that it gives here, right? This theoretically can be seen as a close above on the 4-hour, but this for me is not a close. If this continued here and went up and it didn't touch the line anymore, that for me is a close. A close in almost every system from ICT to cotton candy, etc., is a non-touch of the line. Should I reduce position on my BTC short and add higher? Bro, that sounds like you try to keep on chasing the move, and I can very, very, very much advise you not to. I would not do that. Just my honest 2 cents. I would not do it. Because you will keep digging the same hole, right? That's never a good thing. 40 million in longs liquidate on this move. 40 million. Imagine the amount of liquidity that's residing below right now. 40 million on this move. Holy. It's not that big of a move, huh? In the last hour. It's only 1%. So if they're now already eating 40 million a percent. Whoa. That's scary. That's serious money. Gonna need some more from it though. Nothing much, like a good K and a half. So I'm not asking for too much. Just want to see another 2% dump, right? Which would line up with almost everything. The retest of the lower mid region, like if it goes back to the EMA, slightly overshoots it, a 2% dump would be very, very feasible. Just diving below 80k, you know. How nice would that be also for the continuation of the pattern? DXY is consolidating, Nasdaq is still down, oil is going up. I want to see oil go up. It's that simple. I want oil to go up, and I want Nasdaq to come down. Not even hiding it anymore. I'm biased right now. Right now, I'm heavily biased. We exit 81k? No. Listen, the thing is, I accepted my risk, right? So my risk is set right now. And that is set at a 4-hour close, like a decent close, above the 82.2k region. If it gives that, I'm out. It's that simple. But if it doesn't give it, why would I deviate from my plan? Because it's actually, if it's actually coming down, and the bias actually changes, why would I? Iran has not yet responded to the latest US proposal, which contains some unacceptable provisions. Why is everyone all of a sudden why is everyone being called a demo lob? Like, what do you need to do to prove that trades are real? Crypto became... Okay, guys, let me tell you guys a story about me, right? So, I've been in the shadows with 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝗏 being a 7, 8, 9, 10K community for multiple years. 𝗘𝗃𝗲𝗏 has been around... for 5 years now. I was happy. Crypto was doing well. We were doing well. You know, you're inventing yourself. You're reinventing your systems. You're learning. You're growing, right? As a trader, as a human, and I've learned a lot in this period, especially that period in my life. It shaped me as the man I am now, and I became a lot calmer, a lot less short-fused, even though I still have some work to do, but it shaped me. At the end of last year, I was like, okay, I want to do this public again. I want to grow. I want to become an influencer. Why? I genuinely do this to help people. You guys have seen me trade. I don't give a flying fuck if people call it demo or not, or what they think. I'll manage. So I would love everyone to use my link so we can grow, so we can pay the team, so we can make this free community bigger, bigger, and bigger, and keep on doing that. But my main reason for this was to reinvent myself as a content creator and as a public figure. But next to that, also try to help as many people as I can in their trading journey. From being unprofitable to where I am now. And I hope that I'm doing that. But in my 8 years of trading, I've never seen crypto being that toxic. Everyone is just pure brain rot toxic. And that is what I don't get, right? Because my goal is, I want to trade together with people, build people, help people, and learn from people. I learn from the corners every day. We talk with each other every day. I'm there with them. We're in the trenches. I accept my defeat. I accept when I'm wrong, right. I accept when I'm wrong. And this time, I might very well be very fucking wrong. But why is there such a need to constantly tell everyone out? And I get that it's a dog-eat-dog world. And I get that it's you versus me versus you, and everyone who's on the other side is going to be your liquidity. But why can we not just join forces and act like we're genuine human beings instead of just the brain rot that's been going on now? It might be me, you know. Might be at the toxic end of the stick. But it just keeps on surprising me. Oh, we're bouncing off of this little 𝗲𝗄𝗏. Yeah, I just felt like sharing, you know. I was happy. Less dangerous, less stress. And now, don't get me wrong, I'm not bitching or anything, and I won't quit because I'm a resilient asshole. But I just don't get it. My brain is wired to try to understand stuff. That's why I started trading. My fascination for the ununderstandable and the unknown, right? That's why I'm trying to get so much knowledge in the market, why we're building the tools, why we're doing everything. But I can't wrap my head around people. You know, it would be better if they were gym bros or like the motorcycle community where everyone is nice, waving at each other, etc. But yeah, apparently it's not. It's different. I will just roll with the punches. I use my own trading view indicators. So this one is the Chento on top together with the 𝗘𝗃𝗃𝗏 liquidity. And I use the 𝗘𝗃𝗃𝗏 ranges. We're still working on releasing them to you guys. If you want to make sure that at the release you're getting them, make sure you're signed up under one of our links and actively trading on it as your main link. Then you will find out very soon as we release, and you will have access to them. And sir, are you still in short position? Yes. Is there a channel or other info about the prop firm you're using? I would not buy Bitfunded. I would go breakout. Why? They have a 100% payout guarantee. They use Kraken's order book, and they are 100% acquired and bought by Kraken. And these are things that differentiates them for me from other prop firms. And trust me, I do my research. Forgot it about why keep you curiosity there, Chento. I cannot decipher your sentence, sorry. Social media have made the world toxic, tune out the noise. There are lots of people here. Yeah, and I appreciate you guys. And I'm just intrigued, I guess. My average entry? Bro, I'll check. It's 79,062. So I'm doing a bit of underwater swimming. Right. I'm doing some scuba diving. When it comes to money, people get more prickly, I guess. They either get jealous or take things more seriously because it's about money. Also, crypto markets filled with speculation, so I guess debate is likely. You know what I think is happening? People's egos can't just stand it, right? So if they see someone successful, and especially males, they're like, oh, it must be fake, or this or that. Why? Because their head can't cope with the fact that someone else might be performing better in certain fields. And it's either jealousy, it's hate, or it's, you know, it's toxicness. Secondly, people don't like to own up to their own mistakes, right? If I make a mistake and you guys know me for long enough, I'm like, okay, I fucked up, you know? Sorry, buddy. Fucked up. And that is, people just want to blame other people. If I lose this trade, everyone forgot about the fact that I built this 3 million port from 500K over the last 2 months. They forget about it. They forget about the 25 plus profitable trades that I've had. But they will remember this one. And that's what, it's just how people are. Good thing that you are not teaching to love your neighbor. They will nail you to the cross. Yeah. Elliott Wave, if it works for you, it works. Like Dimitri does it very well in his own way. I don't have an opinion about other systems that much. I'm doing Chentology about them. But yeah. We'll take a look at Breakout. Make sure that you use the code in the Discord, because then you will have the potential to win an account as well. Especially now people are losing money. I don't feel obligated, but I'm going to do more giveaways. So everyone make sure to use our codes for whatever you need. And join the free Discord. The link is pinned in chat. It's all for free. There's no harm. You cannot get worse off by joining a free Discord that has been around for absolute years. Oh man, the markets don't know. That's interesting. Nothing has actually pumped like it would normally do. Feels like the markets are feeling the tension as well. Even though that I don't get how traditional markets stay up like this. More updates. Yes, give me more. Trump wants deal before China visit. Yeah, this was such a wild thing. So next week, Wednesday, he wants to be done with it. Bro, this guy is like... In the Netherlands, we have someone that's called 𝗵𝗄𝗏. BTC selling but gold up. Good. BTC should be down. Where else do we want it to be? I wanted to revisit the gates of hell. Yeah, BTC pulling back, but BTC also rallied the hardest. And a little bit of a disconnect isn't a bad thing. Not for me, at least. Dixie should keep on rallying. Nasdaq should start dumping as well. Come on, please. I think if Nasdaq, S&P start slightly capitulating now, or at least give it some lag room, Bitcoin is going to overreact to that as well. Because Bitcoin is currently overreacting to almost everything. The only thing we just have to be wary of is an absolute face ripper. Because it's the 10 a.m. pivot point again. But that's an issue for later, right? 40 million already collected again. Whoa. Bitcoin market makers, please, I hope you're hungry. You can feast, my friends. You can absolutely feast below. Treat yourself to the dinner of a lifetime. So I think I'm going to mend my TP. I will look at like 77.5. Something like that for now. To try to get out of this trade. But it's looking already less bad as it was this morning. It's partially also a matter of staying convicted. And as listen, people, again, on X, and then I will stop talking about it, are hating, but this for me is not a definitive 4-hour close. Dinner of a lifetime, yeah, absolutely. Oh man, come on. There's so much to eat down there. Aren't you hungry? Come on, market makers, you must be hungry. Feast, my child, feast. Yeah, I'm watching too much Vikings, I'm sorry. Isn't 72 or 82.2 was my last resort. Till now, I'm not depressed. I'm not impressed, but definitely not depressed either. Ooh, that's a good candle on Nasdaq. Is oil also rising? Come on, keep on going. 43 million. That's good. That's good. For the first time, I'm starting to see sell pressure again. I don't want to jinx it. But it's actually looking like decent pressure again. Look also the money flow. The money flow is turning. And the fact that the money flow is turning, and also on the 4-hour, we now see bearish whale money flow. That's a good thing for shorts. That's worth some music for now. Come on. Dump it, Bitcoin. Dump it. Do the whale dance? I don't know what the whale dance is, my friend. Come on, Bitcoin. Now we're moving. We're moving. Come on, Biddy. Make me proud. You can do this. I have faith in you, Bitcoin. I never doubted you. Come on. Now is the time not to be strong. If it was ever Bitcoin, now is the time not to be strong. Come on, Biddy. Don't do it. Don't you think about it, boy. Oil breakout. Come on, oil breakout. Nasdaq, go down again. Good. Come on, 60 million. We can do way better than that. I kind of like this song. I don't know why. Okay, here we go again. Come on, Betty. Come on. Keep the pressure down, please. Absorb the liquidations and just continue onwards. I don't like how much of this candle is already retraced, to be honest. And they're approaching bottom range. This might have been it, guys. But I'm still having fun, though. Yeah, I think it's done with the fun, guys. It started so well, this candle. Guys, by the way, if you like the stream, hit the like button. Won't cost you anything. 350 people here, not even half has pressed the like button. Music has gotten better. How to retrace? Not yet. But it is the first decent retrace I've seen. And it's the first time that New York actually has some sell pressure. The only thing is that Nasdaq is being a cunt. Come on, oil, recover yourself. Grow a pair. Tomorrow's Thursday too. That's a very great statement. Come on. Break the bottom of the range. Listen, as soon as we're approaching 80.5, it's going to be very, very, very interesting. $80.5 is absolutely a key level. How out does Thursday as dumb day? Statistically, Thursday is the reddest day within crypto. But also the last 2 Thursdays have been green. So that's a bit of a potato kind of thingy. Un potato kind of thingy. Yet again, I don't like this structure. It feels like it's set a low, retested, and now it's a higher low, and that they're gonna rocket this out again. Because that's has been the playbook for quite a bit. If bearish structure is not holy volume. We need sell pressure now. Otherwise, it's not gonna be pretty. Look at how they tried to pressure it here. And also what's interesting is that the middle and the retail is now holding up. Middle and retail is delaying the party. The whales have agreed with me. Yeah, guys, we're gonna go back up, I think. I can check the statistics. %68% over the last year. Oh, guys, we got a fight on our hands between long and short on Bitcoin. Dixie keeps going up. Nasdaq, small rejection. Oil is... Why is oil moving with Nasdaq? What am I watching? What? Historic opportunity to stage the regional reality in a multi-front operation. That sounds kind of scary, eh? Yeah, they're doing exactly as I expected them to do. This might have been it, folks, for the fun. They should see the ease at which they walk up again, right? Like a couple good dump candles, 0.5% back up. Nothing going on, boys. Easy peasy, very lemon squeezy. Well, I just don't get that Nasdaq is going down and oil is going down with it. Like, it gets... For me, this stuff is getting wilder by the day. And soon Bitcoin's going to be trading above 81.5 again. Trump insider with 100% win rate just got fully liquidated on his shorts for 130 million. If you just got liquidated, you don't have a 100% win rate, or am I stupid? I might be dumb. Oil, you're on the wrong team, bud. There's no reason to sweat. Marine tracking data. Not much going on. This is scary. I think you are a good trader when the market is difficult, but also sometimes the market goes into easy mode when you just need to blindly long. Okay. I don't know what to say to that statement, so I'll just go with okay. The XI moving up. Nasdaq, good retrace. Oil, finally, look at who's coming to the party, eh? Clutch in, buddy, clutch in. I don't like these patterns, these grinding patterns. I've told you before, like, I see that the current algorithm is these grindings, especially for going up. Now again, we have 1, 2, 3 taps at the lows. It's not looking bueno. 30 seconds still this candle closure. Oh man, look, they tried 3 taps to the lows and all 3 of the candles are green. That's just doing dirty, isn't it? That's just slightly filthy. Come on, man. Go wash yourself, Bitcoin. I'm still in my big short, yeah. Liquidation bubbles. Come on. Trying a new music playlist today, guys. My average entry is 79,062. Like the music, GG. Nice. I'm just afraid that Bitcoin will pull an absolute face ripper back up. It's my only worry right now. Like they're unable to pressure it down. And as you can see, the 3 wicks to the bottom, it's not looking good. I'm gonna be completely honest, it's not looking good. It's looking like it's gonna go parabolic, couple $100 again. Bro, I'm not even done talking, and it's already on its freaking way. Like, we see no wicks to the upside, right? So there's no big candle that starts here. Like one of those. All care to clutch up, please? Thank you. Nasdaq, go further down. Thank you so much as well. Dixie, we need you in this. Clutch up, buddy. We're going up today. Half of these shitcoins don't get the memo, do they? We scuba diving again. Bro, I have never stopped scuba diving. Let's be honest here. I'm gonna be fully transparent. I didn't quit. It's never resurfaced. This $400 move is not saving me, to be honest. They're not clutching in, guys. Big part is wiped on Bitcoin, not yet. Like 79.1 would be such an epic level. It would make so much sense. Okay, guys, last time. The thing on my screen here is FlowX. It's our free platform. If you want to trade KYC, go with KuCoin. The link is in the description. If you want to trade on a DEX, it's 𝗪𝗹𝗲. 𝗪𝗹𝗲's link is also in the description. And they're also adding a new sort of game mode, the gamifying trading, which we're going to be trying out pretty soon. And last but not least, MetaMask with the prediction market. So we're getting a pretty cool lineup where we can have more fun than just regular trading charts. I think I'm going to end it for now. Why? Everything is creeping back up again and I'm sitting here watching paint dry. Hit the like button on the way out. Thank you all for being here today. And I will 100% see you beautiful people again tomorrow. Thank you very much, guys. Catch you tomorrow.